Doo-dah, this is Pear Rabbit, and I gotta tell you, I find a great laughing place listening to the Magic Our Way podcast with Kevin, Danny, Eli, and Rachel. Zippity-doo-dah!
Jumbo, everyone.
Harambe.
And welcome to another edition of
The Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
The Magic Our Way podcast.
They are truly magical and whatnot.
Asante Sana, everyone. You are listening to the Magic Our Way podcast from New Orleans, Louisiana. And on this show, we invite you to feel the libations.
Feel it, feel it!
We are artistic buffs and not artistic cream puffs. This is the show in which every opinion is welcome. MagicOurWay.com is where you can find us. For this show, we check out the wizarding world of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic world in Universal Epic Universe. And look, this isn't your typical polished practice, pixie dust, and Disney podcast. We are not in the parks every day letting you know that the welcome banner was missing from Magic Kingdom Storybook Circus entrance.
That's right, Kev. We're just here to drink, talk some Universal, and manage some mischief.
That's right. You listeners have the easy part. All you got to do is listen up to hear what we think up while we drink up.
My name is Kevin.
And I'm Danny.
I'm Eli.
I'm Rachel.
And look, the easiest way to support us is to leave a rating and a review on Apple Podcasts and or wherever you access our show. Also, be sure to like and subscribe as well as turn on those notifications so you never miss an episode of the Magic Our Way podcast. So enough of our jibber jabber, let's apparate into the wizarding world of Harry Potter Ministry of Magic. Here we are in the hub, the main topic segment of our show, and we are continuing our series of shows exploring Universal Epic Universe, the new third gate opening in 2025 at Universal Orlando Resort. And yes, once again, I know we are a Disney fan podcast, but competition is good for business.
Yes.
And we all agree that Universal is the closest thing Disney has at this time.
Gotta hold Disney accountable.
Yes, indeed. So look, make sure you check out our past episodes in this series where we cover the other worlds of Universal Epic Universe. They're definitely chock full of information and maybe wet your whistle about what to expect. And once again, we thank you, Mohicans, that don't keep track of the Universal stuff but are curious. We thank you for allowing us to do the research for you and trusting us to give you an accurate information about this particular property. But before we delve into it, here's a quick overview if you haven't listened to our other shows. Universal Epic Universe has 5 areas, or worlds as they call it. And these worlds are named Celestial Park, How to Train Your Dragon, the Isle of Berk, Dark Universe, Super Nintendo World, and the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic. The world we are checking out on this episode. And once again, I am happy to turn it over to my co-host, Danny, to take us through this land. So what do we have, Danny, on this third installment of the Wizarding World?
Yes, Kevin. Well, I will reiterate what I said last time we did this. When you steal from one source, it's plagiarism. When you steal from multiple, it is just research.
Hear, hear.
And I've done a lot of research here, so I can't even begin to credit all the different people who have helped me to understand better what we might be seeing here at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter Ministry of Magic. Kind of like what you just did with Super Nintendo World. There's a lot of real world stuff that you had to pull from that because lands have already been built in different parts of the world. Mm-hmm. With this is all mainly rumor and conjecture. All right. And a lot of this has been pieced together by patents, by individuals who are a lot smarter and brighter and with way more time in their hands than what I have. So I want to credit these people, even though I don't know you by name, because there was too many of y'all to keep track of.
They can feel free to take credit as they hear their stuff
take
come
all
up.
the credit. Like, get into them and like, I said that.
Blow us up
I'm
in
the
the
reason we got
comments.
it.
Right. No problem with that whatsoever.
And we'll say you're welcome. Thank
Yes,
you.
but he's got a bibliography, so he knows who you are.
Well, somewhere, but
I know.
it got too voluminous.
Yeah, you go.
We'd be here all day with just credits.
We can't read it out,
Right.
but yeah.
It'd be like an Avatar movie. There'd be 20 minutes of credits. That's it.
No effect.
All right. So, as with all lands in Epic Universe, we have to start with the portal. And of all the portals in Epic Universe, the one for Harry Potter is easily the most elegant, I would say. Atop the portal is a tall Parisian column, which leads to a golden sculpture of a hand. and it's raising a wand upwards towards the sky. And upon closer inspection, that wand is in fact the legendary Elder Wand, the all-powerful magical wand which plays a huge role in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. Inscribed over the portal as you enter in are the words, "For in dreams we enter a world that is entirely our own." Now, fans of Harry Potter will probably remember that quote as wait, you know what? Rachel's a fan of Harry Potter. Rachel, which movie is that from?
Oh, which movie?
Or book?
Is it the first one? It's when they're at the Mirror of Erised, right?
No.
No. It's when he's pulling the memories out. I can't. It's Dumbledore.
It's definitely Dumbledore. She's got that right. That's absolutely right.
Yes.
It is in Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban.
Oh, boy.
When they were all sleeping in the great hallway and they're walking around, they got up to Harry and Professor Dumbledore was like, let him sleep. For in dreams, we enter a world of reality as in our own, and we can fly to the sky. But there's a lot more to it. But anyway, those are the words that are inscribed upon that portal.
Very nice.
So
That's
now,
very cool.
Yes. Once we enter through the portal, we find ourselves not in England, as you might expect, but rather in Paris, France. So guests entering the land will be passing under the Porte Saint-Denis Arch from Paris.
Huh.
And I hope I pronounced that right. I mean, we are somewhat Cajun over here. We do have a French influence, so I hope I said that.
We're closer than most.
Yes, we are closer than most. Now, the land itself is named Ministry of Magic. Why? Because the primary attraction of this land will feature a ride inspired by the Ministry of Magic, which is well known throughout the Harry Potter universe. Beyond Porte Saint-Denis is a series of streets, and these main streets will be themed as Place Cachet, which is a district of Paris that was seen in the 2018 film Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. Full disclosure, I haven't seen this movie yet. I still have yet to finish the first Fantastic Beasts movie, but Rachel has. So Rachel will be able to come in and tell me when I'm saying something that is incorrect, or maybe even add some color commentary to my play-by-play.
She represents all Harry Potter fans.
Yes, absolutely.
I do, although I didn't answer the first question right, so I'm feeling a little nervous.
Well, you got Dumbledore, and that's all. There's a lot of material. You got Dumbledore. That's all I care about.
You're going to be all right.
You're good. You're good.
Yeah. He caught you off guard. It happens.
Yeah.
You ready now?
So Place Cachet is described as a Parisian district located, quote, a shift away from the non-wizard world where everything from the storefronts and their window displays to their wondrous products and customers conveys a sense of the magical. Yes. So think of it as a Parisian version of Diagon Alley.
Okay.
Stores amongst the streets will include the following. And this is going to be a full butchering of the French language. I just want to let y'all know right now.
There's a lot of
I'm going to do the best I can, but for all of our listeners in France, I apologize. I've been to
and
France,
New Orleans,
and I love your wonderful country.
And I've seen your underpants.
And I've only seen my wife's underpants in France. Let's not get Danny divorced.
That's close enough.
All right.
Oh, no.
Except for when we went to the Moulin Rouge. And then I saw... Look.
Well, it comes with admission. Yeah, so
Yes.
you have no choice.
Cosme Acajor Baguettes Magiques.
Ooh, magical baguettes.
Yes.
Yeah, I like magical bread. Magical
do.
bread is great.
This store is expected to be the land's wand shop, named after the Place Cachet wand store in Fantastic Beasts. So it'll be similar to Ollivander's, but it'll have its own line of magical wands, each packaged within these unique triangular boxes.
Oh, nice.
That'll hold these wands. So it'll have its own wand store. There's another place called Patisserie Matogat.
What's Matogat?
Matogat, it will be a small bakery at the back of the land named after the large black cat-like beasts that guard the French Ministry of Magic.
Oh, which are called Matogat.
Well, there you go. There's some letter you just got.
I
there
did.
you go.
Matogat?
Matogat.
I just got.
Oh, you just got it.
I just got.
You got served.
That just got happened.
Then there is Les Galeries Mirifiques, which is roughly translated to the wonderful galleries, which will be a department store retail area in the middle of the land. Then there's a place that is going to be called Bar Moonshine.
Okay, I don't know much French,
That's the only one
but
I
I
need to
know
know.
what moonshine
got that.
is. Yes.
Yes.
You did not butcher that. I got that one.
Okay.
Okay.
We like the bone.
Yeah,
the
you
bar
notice
moonshine.
There was like a
I should have put a French
oui.
accent on it and threw bar mouchani.
Mouchani.
Yes.
yes.
So
I agree. Got that one.
it is going to be a small bar located on the far right side of the land.
Oh,
Now,
okay.
bar moonshine petite.
yes, the moniker is possibly a reference to a character named Regulus Moonshine, who is a character in the Harry Potter lore who developed a potion that suppressed a hag's appetite for human flesh.
Whoa.
That's
Yes.
different.
Something Eli could use. Yes.
I thought it was going to suppress like hangovers or something simple like that.
No. Hags have an appetite for human flesh, Kevin, haven't you known?
Yeah. And human wallets.
Yes.
I'm skirt.
Yes.
I'm skirt.
Don't be skirt.
with a T.
Moonshine it.
That's what Regulus did.
Ah oui.
I
Yes.
like that.
Now, that's just a rumor, though. No one knows for sure. It's called Bar Moonshine. There is a character named Regulus Moon. It could easily be a reference to Remus Lupin, who turned into a werewolf in the moonlight. So that could be a possibility. But that's what they're going with here, and that's what people seem to think that this is a reference to. Then there is a store called Mademoiselle's Malkin's.
What's up, Malkin?
Mademoiselle American?
Mademoiselle Malkin's.
Malkin's.
This will be a robes and clothing shop. Why?
That's in
That's
the,
in-
the
Oh,
franchise.
Rachel knows. Yes. In the Harry Potter series, Madame Malkin was the owner of Madame Malcolm's Robes for All Occasions located in Diagon Alley. So this is a French version.
I think that's where they got their dress robes
Mm-hmm.
for the Yule Ball.
Oh, are they selling dress robes?
Oh, they should.
Popular store.
You know, I
different world.
wondered about this because I haven't seen anything written here, but I wondered about what was the name of the French school? And it was in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
Beauxbatons.
Beauxbatons.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh,
Fleur-
buttons, yeah.
Fleur Delacour, I believe, came from Beauxbatons. I'm wondering if there's a
Yeah.
lot of Beauxbatons merch.
Oh,
over
you don't
there.
see a lot of that stuff, do you?
No, but since this is the French version of
You don't
The wo-
see that in the. It's not really in the Fantastic Beasts movie either.
oh really?
But the school
No.
must have existed at that time, too, though.
Of course, like if
It
you were
must have, yeah.
It makes
yeah,
sense.
like if you were a French student and you were going shopping, you would go shopping in Place Cachet, which would have been their version of Diagon Alley. So it seems logical. That would be a lot of
plausible, yeah.
Beauxbatons merchandise.
Beauxbatons is not a young
Yeah.
school, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, like,
no,
yeah, if
it,
you're
yeah, it just doesn't have a big role in the film.
Right.
well, that seems like an error. Hopefully, that they correct with
The world?
Yeah.
the world. Yes.
Yeah.
Then lastly, there's going to be a place called K Ramel. Now, I couldn't find a reference to this, but that's going to be the land's candy store.
Ramel?
Maybe Ramel. Rammelle.
That's referenced in the movies, too.
Oh, so you remember
Books.
that?
Yeah. Nicholas. No, I'm thinking Nicholas
No,
Flamel.
Flamel.
Never
Yeah.
mind. Never mind.
Yeah.
Maybe that's his little cousin on his daddy's side. Make
Oh,
candy.
you know what? Screw it. I just realized it.
Oh, okay. What
I'm
you
an
got?
idiot.
What is it?
K Ramel. Caramel.
Oh,
Dude.
c'est magnifique.
That belongs on a Haunted Mansion tombstone.
yeah.
Yeah, see, look,
Caramel.
I think my origin
Caramel.
story was just as well. There you
Yes.
go. Yeah.
That's
Is it a sweet shop?
yes, it's the Lance Candy store. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
Take it to the candy
Caramel.
shop.
What?
Let you lick the lollipop. All right, go ahead. Girl, don't you stop. So look, okay, so as we've alluded to, Fantastic Beasts takes place in the same universe as the Harry Potter films, obviously, but the time period for Fantastic Beasts is that of the 1920s, which is decades before Harry was born. So that kind of creates a little bit of a time
Paradox.
warp,
Problem.
Yeah.
if you will.
Yeah. What's up with that, Danny? Help me with it because that's my concern. I don't understand.
That is absolutely a valid concern. And so basically we're going to meet Harry. Well, you know what? I'm jumping ahead a little bit. You know, maybe I picked that wound a little bit too early. Let's stay here for a little bit.
It's safe
Put a
to
band-aid on it. Put a band-aid on it.
Yeah, we'll
Move
put a
on.
Band-Aid in for now. We'll jump into that later.
Well, if anything, it's safe to say that when we enter that portal, we're transported back to 1920s. That's fair to say, right?
Right, you're in 1920s, but then you're going to enter a flu network, which is going to take you into current day or modern day. Well, not really modern day, because modern day would be more post Voldemort.
Right.
You're going to enter
this is
into
more like
yes.
Of Voldemort.
early 2000s.
Yes.
AV. in the year of Voldemort.
But
Hey.
in the words of Quentin Tarantino, I'm not a frog and you're not a bunny, so let's not hop ahead.
Hey!
All right. So to go along with the Fantastic Beasts motifs, there are also rumors that magical creatures will be located all throughout the land, including large creatures sticking out of windows above the pass, some of which guests may interact with and use their interactive wands with. And speaking of which, the other two Harry Potter lands, as we know, they use interactive wands, and the new Wizarding World of Harry Potter Ministry of Magic will also use interactive wands. However, this will be a new generation of magical wands with an upgrade.
What?
Nothing's been released yet, but some have suggested that this means we might, for the very first time, see the magic emanating from the magical wands using effects within the interactive experiences themselves. So make of that what you will.
Kind of like shooting webs.
Yes.
Literally just on the last episode said that I wasn't going to need to buy new wands so I could pony up the $40 each for my family to get the bump bands at Super Mario World.
Uh-huh.
But there's no way if the magic comes out of the wand that my children are not making me get them new wands. I'm going to have to do that too.
Time to upgrade.
I love that. Rachel just channeled The Rock for a second there. There's no way. And Rachel means no way. I'm not getting those new interactive wands. I love it. All right. So let's get to what Rachel's concern was.
Okay.
Although the land itself is based in France, and the appearance of the land will resemble the 1920s time period from the film, the attraction, currently entitled The Battle for the Ministry of Magic, will transport guests back in time to modern-day England and the British Ministry of Magic. So I kind of misspoke because I said it was happening in present day, and I said, well, that it would take place before Voldemort. No, this is modern day. This is after
Voldemort.
After Voldemort.
Okay.
Okay?
AV.
AV.
AV. I like
Definitely
that.
AV, yeah.
That's very well
AV.
put.
BV and AV.
So this is slated to be the largest indoor attraction in the Epic Universe, bar none.
Huh.
All right?
Okay.
Guests are going to enter through a flue network of fireplaces, which wizards often use to travel from place to place. All right? If you have any questions on
man.
that now, direct them towards Rachel.
Yeah, I got you covered there.
wanted to
I got you covered there.
I wanted to flush myself into a toilet. This is a movie.
I was disappointed we're not doing the toilet flush.
Yeah, I'm disappointed too. Yeah.
You should.
That's because Kevin's toilet's next to his
Right
bed,
there,
ladies and
yeah.
gentlemen.
Well, I mean, I'm probably spending some time on there, so I might as well just, when I'm done, flush ministry.
Yeah. Kill two birds at one
Sounds
stone.
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
I like
So, as guests exit the flue fireplace, they're going to step right into the Ministry of Magic, which was very prominently featured in Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. Presumably, guests will pass by the Ministry's original lobby statue that was entitled The Fountain of Magical Brethren. It featured large golden statues of a wizard, a witch, a centaur, a goblin, a house elf, and it was all supposed to represent how all these different creatures lived in harmony within the wizarding world. However, when Voldemort took over the Ministry of Magic later on in the film series, in the books as well, this fountain was replaced by the Magic is Might monument, which featured statues of a dark wizard and witch sitting atop an enormous throne made of powerless muggles.
Wow.
So no confirmation on which statue would be featured, but we got to think in the post-Voldemort world, the original statue would come back, shouldn't we?
You'd hope so.
Yes, I would hope so. But it's a brilliant, magnificent looking.
It's large.
Yeah,
The movie is huge.
It's definitely going to be a huge part of the queue. From there, guests will go through a queue past different ministry departments, and you'll see offices and various scenes going on until we reach the load station. That's where guests are going to board elevators within a round rotunda of lifts that you see kind of featured in the films. When guests board these elevators there to travel in and around the Ministry of Magic. Now, It's rumored that this ride will be utilizing a modified version of the Scoop Ride vehicles. Who knows what the Scoop Ride vehicles are?
That's Spider-Man, isn't it?
There you go.
Me,
Kevin.
me.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Rachel. Rachel knows.
Yes. First used on the Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man. The Scoop Ride vehicles were those vehicles that kind of you can move in any different direction that you want to do. You can see everything. It feels like you're dropping all that. But in addition to being able to move through scenes with the vehicle's built-in motion base, it's rumored that this new version of the ride will also have the ability to move guests up and down as well. So since this ride is designed to appear as though we are traveling within a magical lift, it's rumored that, kind of similar to the glass elevator in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, we'll be able to travel in any direction, up, down, side to side as needed.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
I heard this, yeah.
Now, the ride is not expected to utilize any 3D glasses, and it's instead expected to have multiple animatronics.
Wow.
Yes.
Good for them.
Yes. Similar to what we were talking about before when we were talking about Monsters Unchained. The plot of the attraction is rumored to be that guests are attending the sentencing of Dolores Umbridge, the former headmistress of Hogwarts, who is known for her cruelty and
Yes.
Yeah.
abusive punishment, shall we say, towards the students of Hogwarts.
And she likes cats.
She does. She does like cats. And
Just like that.
teacups as well.
And teacups, yeah.
And
That's right.
pink.
And pink.
Pink.
Yes.
Yeah, pink.
Oh, she loves her pink. That is true. Also, I think most people will remember her from Order of the Phoenix, but the later series, especially when Voldemort kind of really took over again, she was also in charge of the Muggle-born Registration Commission, where she prosecuted innocent Muggle-born magical beings.
Yeah.
Yes.
And she was the headmaster for a little while.
A hot minute, yeah.
Yes, that's right. She took over for Dumbledore when he
She
left.
got him out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Imelda Staunton, the actress who portrayed Umbridge, is signed on to return on this ride. So she will be in there. After boarding, guests will be taken to the courtroom, at which point things will start to go wrong.
Of course.
Yes. Death Eaters will arrive on the scene to free Umbridge. And allegedly, this is going to be where Harry, Ron, and Hermione show up to stop their evil plans. I have not heard that any of the original actors for these three roles have signed on to do this. So it's not confirmed that that's what happened. It's kind of similar to what they did with Gringotts, right? You have, one of the Weasley brothers is...
It's Bill, the one
Bill!
who's on the Gringotts ride. He works.
Right.
Bill Weasley works at Gringotts.
That's it, exactly. So yes, they ended up changing that ride around because they couldn't get Harry Potter, Ron Weasley, and Hermione Granger into it. So they're trying to do it for this one.
Wouldn't it be weird though? Because they'll be so much older.
Yes, it will be.
Those actors are my age, so they're late 30s now.
Yes, but this is happening. Like, who knows how long? With sentencing and everything like that, it could take several years before they get around to doing this. So
Yeah, CGI. I mean, it'll be on the screen. It'll be really far back from you, or having the ride will be done, or you know. So yeah, they could tweak that.
Or they can just go ahead and say, you know what, it wasn't them this time. It was
Their future descendants.
some B character that
Oh, the
worked over at
kid,
the ministry.
yeah.
Yeah,
Or the original character for it. You never know how they'll
Sure.
change it.
Yeah, I'll take Neville.
yeah.
Take Neville.
Oh, Neville would be great.
Neville would be cool.
Yeah.
Well, that guy's in his late 30s too.
This is true.
These are tough times.
Well, they got technology to make him young.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
thinking.
they could, or I don't know if they can take footage of them from when they filmed it and repurpose that footage.
Oh, yeah. A little AI and voiceover. Yeah.
It'd be bad if they want to pay for that.
I was
'cause,
a Luna Lovegood fan, so hopefully she shows
Oh, she was
up in
good, too.
this.
Yeah. Yeah, I was a fan.
Anyways, long story short, it seems breaking Umbridge out of the Ministry of Magic isn't even enough, though. She's trying to get into the storage area for a powerful magical artifact that is rumored to be Hermione's time turner from the Prisoner of Azkaban.
Oh.
Yes, the thought is that Umbridge wants to go back in time to when Voldemort was all powerful and bring him back into the present to take over the Wizarding World. Again, I just cannot emphasize this enough. Take this with a huge grain of salt. This is what the plans were for the attraction before then. If they can't get the right actors and actresses, this could all change. But this is the general gist of the ride. It's going to be the Death Eaters free Umbridge, and now it's a race to go ahead and stop her from wreaking havoc. Guests will ride along and enter various rooms within the Ministry, passing through the chaotic, magical battlefield, if you will.
The wizard duel.
Yes, there you go. As both you're going to see real world projections, animatronic effects. Some of the creatures you're rumored to have encountered in this ride will include a fire-breathing chicken.
Yes.
This is a real thing. This is a very real thing.
Delicious.
It's like spicy chicken.
Yes.
It's like that chicken
Yes.
you don't order at Taco Bell.
Served at
get
Popeyes,
this?
yes.
Okay.
And Newt's commander's a rumpet.
Oh.
Who knows what a rumpet is?
I do. It's that like really big. It almost looks like a rhino, kind of.
Yes,
It's
that's it.
huge.
It's a massive magical creature similar to that of a rhinoceros with a giant horn coming out of its head. And supposedly, while trying to get away at some point, Umbridge apparently frees the rumpet, which then charges you as you proceed to make your escape backwards. So it's supposed to be a similar effect to what they use with the Indominus Rex in the Jurassic World attraction in Beijing.
Oh.
Where it's coming right at you. It's charging you as you're quickly backing up.
Ooh.
And it's supposed to be a really, really, really cool effect. You can see it. Just Google search the Jurassic World attraction in Beijing, and you'll see it. It's really cool. But it all comes to a head when Dolores finally does get her hands on a time turner, but then realizes that it has been tinkered with in some kind of a way, and it all falls to pieces. And apparently her characteristic pink outfit will be transformed into black and white prison stripes
Oh.
as she's apprehended once again and taken back into the courtroom for sentencing by, I think his name is Kingsley Shacklebolt. Am I right on that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yep.
And that should be the final scene for the ride. Now, again,
I like him. I like
yes,
Shacklebolt.
I did too.
Yeah.
Now, all this, again, subject to change, but that's the rumored plot line of this attraction. There's also rumors that a female house elf animatronic, possibly like an assistant for Umbridge, will also appear in the attraction at some point, whether it be in the queue or the actual attraction itself.
Oh.
No one really knows. But, I mean, the thing about that is that female house elves have appeared in the Harry Potter books, but never once on screen yet. So that would be the
that's
first.
true.
Yeah, that would be
That's
the first
cool.
use of them.
I wonder if I can give it clothes. And free it.
Just start tossing your stuff.
Yeah, here's
back.
my sock. Get out of here.
Bring an extra sock.
Yeah.
Eli would give it a thong.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Talking about orange shoes. Going out here.
I just still don't like. I don't know how they're going to handle the time travel part.
Yeah, I'm not
Because
sure.
like the Flu Network, I get like traveling place to place with the Flu Network. Like that's easy. That's in the books. That's fine. Time travel is not really in the books.
Yeah.
Except for
Except for
Azkaban.
Hermione's thing, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is that's why they're talking about it being Hermione.
Like she can't travel. I mean, I guess I don't know the limitations on the time turner, but like she only travels back hours,
Right.
maybe days, but it's not like decades. You know, and this would be traveling forward in time.
And
Maybe
you know what?
traveling forward decades. I don't know. I'm just a little apprehensive.
Maybe they don't get Emma Watson and they just abandon the time turner thing, and it's just an escape from the Ministry of Magic during sentencing, in which we're able to stop her at some point in time. So I mean, this is still very fluid. I mean, this rumor was posted last year.
Okay.
Where they
Yeah.
really went through this line, and it was a lot more detailed. I've kind of dumbed it down a little bit because it was so specific, and they've already changed a lot about this attraction.
Well, and so I wonder, like, I had originally heard, you know, maybe 3 years ago when like first rumors were coming out about Epic Universe that this land was going to be a land based on Fantastic Beasts. And then the franchise didn't do well.
Yeah.
And
Right.
so then I had heard like, oh, because the franchise didn't do very well, they're now shifting gears into Ministry of Magic and they're going back to the original franchise, which makes sense to me. This like the rumors that we're getting is like a weird combo of both. It's like we're still doing the land as Fantastic Beasts, but then the ride is Ministry of Magic.
Yes.
I just don't know how those things are going to pair. You know, like, I don't know, especially since they're in different times. Like, I could also buy in if they were saying, like, okay, you're going to Paris, like we did in Fantastic Beasts, but it's modern time. It's Voldemort time.
I was just about to say that. Yeah, if it was, and you could see remnants of the stuff that happened in Fantastic Beasts all over the place. Yeah,
well, but it's modern. But this is not. They're saying it's not going to be that.
No,
I don't know.
But it also adds to kind of the credibility of the rumors in the sense that you're already time traveling to get to where you're going. I mean, you can transport yourself through the Flu Network, but I've never heard of the Flu Network being involved in anything related to time travel.
Right.
Like, well, how are you going from 1920s to present day Wizarding World?
Right.
That doesn't make any sense to me as well. So it does speak that there might be a time traveling element to this attraction. But again,
or maybe there's just a piece that Universal is keeping in their back pocket. Like there's a piece of the story that we don't know and it hasn't been leaked and they'll have some kind of answer.
Agreed. Yeah. I bet you they have an A story, a B story, a C story, that kind of thing. And they're going to go with, it depends on what actors they get signed up for it. I'm sure they have the experiences that you're going to have on this attraction all lined up, but what they're able to do is going to depend on whether or not they can get in who they need to get in.
Well, you know, Disney has always taught me this lesson, and is never to stick to the canon that you knew before these people take stuff over. It was a hard lesson to learn, and I hate to give y'all that bit of pill, but that sounds like what you're going to have to start taking on this one. Because if it's not making sense from your source material, you just have to trust that they're going to put in whatever additive that they want, and you just have to be like, well, at least it's a ride, or at least it's this or that. But it's rumor, so
even the ride system for this ride has changed.
Yeah,
there was an original patent that they showed where you would only go up and down and see like two things, and they've already altered that. Yeah, they've altered that as well. So even that is changing. So
and that's an interesting variable because like what you see is definitely going to be Paris.
Yeah,
for sure.
Oh yeah,
since the Ministry of Magic attractions in the covered show building, we have no idea what's going to happen. And maybe they are just releasing these little false things, and it's something completely different. I have no idea.
But it seems 99.9% sure Umbridge will be in there, and it will take place in the Harry Potter universe and not Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah.
Now, there will be an attraction but we'll get to that. So the exit gift shop for this attraction is rumored to be named Tour and Flu.
Tour and Flu.
TOURENFLOO.
Tour and Flu.
And it's rumored, of course, to be themed as a travel agency based around the Flu Network.
Oh.
Yeah.
Love it.
Probably not an earmarked travel agent.
No.
Probably not.
A flu marked.
At Universal, we're called Universal Preferred.
Yes. Well, definitely Universal Preferred.
Universal Preferred.
Yes.
Travel agency.
Now, at the end of the land's main street will be an attraction that is set within Paris itself. So now we are going to participate in the time in the land that we are in, because this will actually be set within the world of Fantastic Beasts. Guests will enter this indoor attraction by passing through the Circus Arcanus circus tent, which was seen in the second Fantastic Beasts film. After entering the small circus tent, guests inside will find that the area is much, 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 much larger. Permits say that this structure will be a 5-story theater with a stage and at least 642 seats connected to the land's main attraction. So this is going to be to the side of the Ministry of Magic.
Okay.
We don't know yet what type of show may happen inside of the theater, but many have speculated that will be a live stage show based on the magical Parisian circus featured in Crimes of Grindelwald. And Rachel, I mean, I don't know if like you have any insight. I have not seen Crimes of Grindelwald. I don't know if you have any insight as to what the magical Parisian circus did, but that's what they're talking about here.
Yeah, I don't remember a ton about it other than it was like a typical circus, you know, so think like the Greatest Showman kind of circus. You have like people who are a little bit different and can do like fantastic things, and then you have animals. And so it was like that, but then with a wizarding spin, right? So that they could use magic, cast spells. The animals were fantasy style animals, and just like a lot of things in Harry Potter, right? Like the tent that looks small on the outside, but then you go in and it's like as big as a house. Like it was
Exactly.
that kind of effect.
I love that.
So yeah, so I think it'll be kind of like that. But it was like your classic circus vibes.
Okay. Oh, and I would be remiss if I didn't mention this. There was also supposed to be a Harry Potter VR broomstick attraction that was also supposed to be a part of this land as well, but it has since been canceled.
Oh,
If it had been built, this would have been the highest capacity VR attraction in the world, though.
Dang.
There would have been 144 broomstick pods in use at once, and groups of 24 guests at a time would experience a pre-show within a briefing room and then be split into 4 groups of 6. And then those groups of 6 riders would climb atop their broomsticks, put on the VR headset, and fly through Paris with Newt Scamander and his friends attempting to stop an Obscurus from destroying the city. Now, I'm not sure what an Obscurus is.
yeah.
Yeah, it was in the first one, I think. I can't remember which movie it was, but it's like it's a wizard who is not trained to use their powers, and so their powers end up overwhelming them.
Okay.
And they become, like in the movie, they become like this kind of black storm.
Like
They lose
like an
their
ether.
human
Yeah.
form. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like super destructive.
Wow. Okay, that'd be pretty badass, actually.
I was like, what's
Yeah.
wrong with that?
What's wrong is that VR normally sucks.
Yeah, once you wear the headset, but is that
Yeah.
so? That's their answer to Flight of Passage. Then that's
No,
what
Flight of Passage is not VR. It's more
It is but
motion
it's not.
simulator.
Yeah, but you don't have to wear the goggles and all
Yeah.
that stuff.
Well, anyway, the good news is that while the VR attraction may have been removed from the Epic Universe plans, the remaining area is being saved as future expansion space for the Wizarding World.
Okay.
So when they are ready to construct something here, they'll have more than enough room to add an attraction just as large as the Ministry ride itself. So they've got a large expansion space over there. I'm kind of curious to see whether or not they could connect the Hogwarts Express, going back and forth between Universal and
Yeah.
Islands of Adventure with
I don't think
Ministry
so.
of Magic. Yeah, I'm with you. I highly, highly, highly doubt it.
Oh, you know
but
what?
that would be so cool, wouldn't it?
You know what a good idea would be to take the box truck idea from Galactic Star Cruiser.
Uh-huh.
And people could still board a train, but they're actually
Ah.
board a box truck, and they could feel like they're in a train, but they're actually a truck going down to the Ministry of Magic.
Uh-huh.
You know, this could be like 18-wheeler trucks or whatever, 105-foot trucks, trailers acting as a train going down the highway.
Yeah, I mean, I
private
think
road.
it would be so cool if you could. Location-wise, I doubt it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would be so
Yeah,
cool.
it's like 2 miles.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
problem.
that's far. Yeah,
Now, permits also call for 2 different dining locations within the land, one on either side of the main street. One will have 227 seats according to the permits filed, and the other is permitted as having 281 total seats. However, they're speculating that about 64 of those may be for a connected team member grill located backstage.
Oh.
Now, these 2 locations are expected to both be quick service dining locations. The first is expected to be named Café L'Air de la Sirène. And this name in English translates to Air of the Siren Cafe. Now, sirens or female mer people are
Yes.
referenced in Fantastic Beasts, and they also appear in the Harry Potter films. I believe in
Yeah,
Goblet
the-
of Fire, don't they?
yeah. I was wondering-
Triwizard Tournament.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's one of the challenges.
Yes. And the second quick service location is expected to be named, oh, wow, we just kind of covered this, Le Gobelet Noir,
Oh,
which the name roughly translates to the Black Cup or Black Goblet.
right.
And again, could also have something to do with the Goblet of Fire. But those are the 2 restaurants that are rumored to be located there.
Well, the only siren song I usually hear go in these parks is the rumble in my stomach if I need to eat. But it's
That
a cool
is
name.
one thing about Harry Potter is that the food options are not exactly great. But let's see what they do here, because I am kind of curious. Like, I'm sorry, I've tried to eat in both Harry Potter lands before, and none of the food ever appealed to me.
Now, and the place doesn't look comfortable to sit at to enjoy the meal. But Drinks are good.
It's usually
This-
pretty packed, those worlds, yeah.
This is Paris, and Paris is known for the best food, right?
Okay.
I want a baguette.
Yes. So hopefully we'll get some really good Parisian delicacies here.
We should. I
Yeah.
hope so. I can't wait till this opens and we can review the menu to see if it sounds any good.
Lines across.
I'm hoping like the Black Goblet will have like liquor.
That's
or
got
beer or something, or some kind of mead or whatever.
something. That sounds like a
Sounds
club,
like it.
right?
Yeah.
I mean,
It does.
thus far, the only confirmed tavern we have is the Moonshine one. And that's it. That's the only thing I see on here. So, yeah, hopefully they will sell
Libations.
butter beer
Yeah.
and whatnot over there. And well, I'm sure they're going to have to sell butter beer. But we still have yet to have that alcoholic, kind of like what you have over at Hollywood Studios with the milk. You have the alcoholic and the non-alcoholic.
Oh yeah, they can mix that in.
Alcoholic
Yes.
Star Wars milk, yeah.
What was the thing that they suggested you ordered outside to put in your butterbeer?
Oh man, okay. It was a shot of. Oh, I'd have to go back and listen to the show. We recorded it. Dang
Okay.
it,
When I was standing right there by you.
you were.
But I think it was like you. Oh. No, because it was
Was it
something-
bourbon? Was it fire whiskey? No, it wasn't fire. It
No, it wasn't no fireball. It wasn't not like that.
No, I'm thinking of the fire whiskey or what do they call
The
it?
fire whiskey is Fireball whiskey and cider,
Right.
And it's good, but
It's-
that's not what they wouldn't have suggested.
No.
No, because it was something that we would have drank straight. So
We would have totally done this.
Yeah.
But we didn't. Because the line was too long when she suggested it. It was like, ooh, and no.
Yeah.
But anyway, point being is that I would love to see something like this.
Agreed.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, agreed. Yeah, absolutely.
But that's it. That's all we've got about Harry Potter thus far. I'm sorry. I wish I could give you a little bit more. Hopefully, this is enough to chew on. But this is really all that's been speculated
That's it,
upon.
yeah.
Yeah, because people are just pouring through patents, trying to piece together stuff. And God bless them because they are on top of things for the most part. And this is a good collection of information to kind of start to chew on a little bit.
Yeah, the unknown is the attraction for sure, but we know we're getting, based on the facades that are being built, the Paris in 1920s.
Right.
So a lot of the shops and the stuff that you mentioned are definitely viable. We just don't know what's happening. And it's supposed to be the biggest ride right out of all the world you
Yes.
mentioned. So,
Right.
man, we have no idea what's in that building because it's all indoors.
No.
We know it's a big building, for it's we
Yes.
can tell, but I have no idea. No idea.
Once again, we're talking about a unique ride system, though. And that's something that I really love about what they're doing here and the blending of projections and animatronic effects.
Yeah.
It's a little disappointing that we got that and maybe a theater show. I would have liked to have seen maybe a real secondary attraction for this land, but they tried with the VR thing. It just didn't work out.
It just seems small and tight.
Yeah.
Like they confine themselves somehow for some reason.
But
I don't know.
We'll see. They have expansion
Which
packs.
is strange because Nintendo sounds so big.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they're definitely like banking on, I think they're banking on that versus the Harry Potter.
You think they're doing the Harry Potter just to sell a 3-park ticket?
Yeah, I do. Well, or I think that they've been so successful with those lands, they're probably intimidated to open a new park without one.
I can agree
that's
with
Man,
that.
fair.
that's
Yeah.
smart. It's a proven commodity.
Yeah.
At
But
this point.
to
Right.
Rachel's earlier point, yeah, the Fantastic Beasts have not exactly been the whirlwind
great
that they were
franchise.
hoping for. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's like we want to do this because this is a unique location, something people are going to enjoy seeing. But therein lies the problem: is that guests are not necessarily familiar with these films.
That's
and if
exactly
you're
right.
not seeing Harry, and you're not seeing Ron, and you're seeing Newt Scamander, and then I mean, shoot, even the villain has been changed over because it used to be Johnny Depp, and then
Yeah, they changed.
It changed
he
in the
had
third one, yeah.
Yes, he had
Yeah, the issue.
an issue.
Slight issue.
And so there was another guy. So it didn't translate so well. So it's kind of curious that they're going with the Fantastic Beasts, even though that the franchise hasn't necessarily been successful, and they've changed it out a bit.
Yeah, wasn't the villain in the Fantastic Beasts the villain from the Doctor Strange movie? Right? Am I thinking of? the
Yes,
same-
that's
Yeah.
exactly. You're right.
Yeah.
And not only that, I mean, I think it was going so weak that they ended up having to put Dumbledore in there just to try and pump up
Kinda
that
pump it up.
franchise a little
Yeah.
bit. Yeah, because it's like, okay, no one's buying into Newt.
Yeah.
Come on back, Dumbledore. We need some star power.
I didn't, because to be fair, like when that movie came out, The Fantastic Beasts, I thought they were talking about my dating list in my 30s, and I didn't really know what that was about. But I remember seeing the commercials being like, "What is? There's nothing that grabs me about
Other
it."
than your exes.
Yeah, they always was grabbing for the money, never the heart. Always the money.
Yeah, I can't explain why I haven't seen Secrets of Dumbledore, which is the third one.
Yeah.
All right.
I saw the other two, and I enjoyed them both. So I can't really explain why I haven't seen Secrets of Dumbledore other than just like, I think you get to a point sometimes with a series where you're like, I just don't really have any more questions.
Yes.
Like,
That's just true.
That's a great way to put
That's kind
it.
of where I'm at. It's like, I just don't have any more questions. It's not that I don't want to see it. It's just there's always something else I'd rather watch.
Right. No, that is a wonderful way to put it because, yes, I could totally see that. It's like I was invested in the journey of Harry Potter and Hermione Granger and Ron Weasley and the charm of those three kids, overcoming and interacting with this new world themselves. That there was something to say to that. And I don't know that we got it. And this might be why so much of this land is in flux, why you have whole attractions that are being canceled, why the plot of the original of the mainstay attraction is in flux.
Yeah.
So this could have a lot to do with it.
Yeah, it sounded like from what you were describing that it was trying to mesh the two properties, right? Because that's what y'all were kind of saying. Like, I don't see to Rachel's point, it sounded like what she was saying is like, I don't see how that works.
Yeah.
And you can't take two things and try to force them just for the sake of money. I get money makes magic, but that's not what's gonna happen here.
Not this kind of magic.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're gonna do that. I am a little nervous about it. I will say, like, from a marketing standpoint, when I have people reach out to me who don't know anything about theme parks, right? So these are just people, they're not theme park fans, they're just kids want to take a vacation and they've seen some commercials. I will get an email all the time that says, we want to do Disney and Harry Potter. And a lot of times people think that Harry Potter is at the Disney parks. So I have to correct that. These are two very different properties. They're in very different places. It's going to feel like two trips if you do Harry Potter and then you go to Disney. But I have a lot of people, that don't even know that they want to go to Universal. They just know they want to do Harry Potter. And so I can imagine Universal opening this new theme park thinking, we have to have a Harry Potter thing in here, because there's a lot of people who come to Universal who don't even know they're at Universal. They just know they're at the Wizarding World.
Yeah.
That's a good way to look at it. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
But there again, if I was them, I wouldn't sell a single Hogwarts piece of merchandise in those shops. It would all be boba.
Right.
It
would need to be, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That would make the most sense.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're going to do that.
Same here.
It's crazy. What I much rather would have preferred is the portal was actually like a pensieve, and so you go back in time.
Oh, that's a really good way.
Yeah, and that's how you explain the time travel. You're not really time traveling; you're just going into somebody's memory.
Okay.
I think that would have worked. And then maybe not 1920s Paris, but I wouldn't even mind it if it was just to the time of wherever Harry's parents
Maybe
live.
Dumbledore, Dumbledore's memory or something.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind when Harry's parents were alive, or maybe they just freshly died or something. You could go into that village and you could see the blown out house, and you're in that spooky world.
Yeah, right. Or they could have done that place.
Right.
Whatever it's called.
Godric's Hollow.
Godric's Hollow. Yeah, that would have been great.
Right. Well, that takes research.
Done Godric's Hollow.
You know, that takes research and care for the material. But that's a good point, right? You figure out a solution without being like, this works and sells, that works and sells, put them together. Nobody knows what's going on. That's not fair.
You know what I really would love to experience? I'm a little sad they're not doing this. Is the Quidditch World Cup.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Put me in a place where I can experience the Quidditch World Cup. That would have been really cool.
Yeah, that would have been really cool. But don't you think the VR thing that they were trying to do would have been the best use of that?
They probably could have afforded
as a ride
kept
system?
that up. Just maintenance alone on a VR system, they probably even would have.
Unless you use a suspended system that holds brooms and you're playing Quidditch. Like Peter Pan.
Yeah.
But a more advanced. Cool. They could. You could basically take the the Kuka robotic arm and suspend it upside down, like on a coaster platform, and boom, broomsticks.
You're flying.
You're flying.
As long as you're strapped in, yes, I would love that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
How you get? Oh, like maybe you take a little stand in the back and then it goes like around you that way. Because I was like, there's no seatbelt for a broomstick.
Tron. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little disappointed.
I am too.
I'm also open-minded. Like, I'm really excited about the Ministry of Magic piece.
Yeah, I like that.
Just the way that they did the Ministry of Magic visually in the movies was incredible. Like, I loved it. So I'm really excited to go to the British Ministry of Magic. This Paris 1920s stuff is like, I just don't get how that connects at all.
I guess they just needed a
tall structure to hide the world.
Well, no, just like an iconic place to visit. Like what? Yeah. I mean, what other place would you make that had shops and bars and eateries and stuff like that within the Harry Potter universe that would have worked? And it's what's that old saying?
I mean, Godric's Hollow would be the only thing I could think of.
Yeah, that's about it. There's a saying that says you can't be half pregnant. This is half pregnant.
Yeah,
this is like we want to do Parisian France. But you were going to do totally Harry Potter. This is half pregnant.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. Half pregnant.
It needs to be fully knocked up.
Or just like make it a different part of London or something. You know what I mean? Like London's a big place. Could we just suspend our disbelief and like it's the part of London where the Ministry is?
I would be okay with that, I think. But I think they look at the success that they had with Diagon Alley. They look at the success they had with Hogsmeade. And they're like, we need another location with retail and eateries and all that stuff. And that's our formula for...
And it has to look like the movie.
There you
that's
go.
What people say. They're like, it feels like I'm walking in the movie, which is totally true. It does feel like that. And so it's like, where else have we been in a movie that we could make into a place? And... the Ministry of Magic is one of those places, but I don't know how you do shops and stuff.
Yeah,
like I don't know.
They got a gift shop in the Ministry.
I know, for real. They must have like a food court.
Ministry of Merchandise. That's it.
Yeah, but
just do the whole thing.
Ministry eats.
Yeah. But when Rachel described this as like, I had no further questions, it kind of reminded me of how I felt when I saw Star Wars. And they're like, okay, now here are the prequels and here's the extended stuff. And I'm like, I had no more questions. I was good. Please don't stop. And then you get on the ride and you're like, not get on the ride, but you participate in the film. And you're like, okay, this is just ruining it. And whereas I don't think this ruins it. It does give this weird hodgepodge, not quite what it should be kind of thing.
It sounds watered down from the way I hear the three of you talking about it.
Yes, but I mean, at the same time, I imagine that this ride is going to be amazing.
It's got to be. Cool. One thing, if I'm in the Ministry of Magic queue and I don't see like documents flying past me through the hallways, I'll be very upset.
Also, and to be fair, to go back to something that Rachel said a while back, I can't believe I spent so much time in Diagon Alley and there's only one ride.
I know, isn't that crazy?
So that might also be driving this. The idea of like, look,
exploration.
Just give these people a well-themed land with eateries, tavern, a wonderful attraction for them to experience, and they'll be good. And we'll punt on the next attraction to add on to it until we see what we got there.
Yeah. But the building breathes fire. I mean, that's what you talk about, the one I went with you know.
They got the dragon.
The dragon. Like, I was like, what's the big deal? And I saw it shoot the fire like, all right, when is that happening again? Like, you do that alone. Now.
Well, what I like about Diagon Alley is that one little dark area place that I didn't know.
Nocturne Alley.
And when I stumbled upon them, I'm like, where the hell am I?
And
how do I get out? Yeah, well, it's just dark and cold. I'm like, this is comfortable, but this is kind of spooky.
Did you find the tribute to Jaws in there?
No, I didn't. I knew there was one, but I hadn't found it. I didn't discover it till I left.
Nocturne Alley took the place of my favorite movie of all time is Jaws.
It was a great attraction.
Yeah, it was a great attraction as well, and I loved riding Jaws. It was so spooky because you never knew when that shark was going to pop up. But the first time, after a while, you figured it out. Right, it was still neat. Yeah, look to your left. So there's a Jaws reference in Nocturne Alley, and it's very famous. It's probably the most famous scene in Jaws. Actually, you run across this shop with all these shrunken heads. And if you remember Jaws, there's that wonderful scene where Quint tells the story about the USS Indianapolis going down.
Oh.
And then they start comparing their scars with one another. And then they start singing a song. Anyone remembers the song? Mm-mm. Show me the way to go home, bum, bum. I'm tired and I want to go to bed. I've had those Shrunken Heads in Nocturne Alley sing that song.
Oh, I saw those guys.
Yes, they sing that song, Show Me the Way to Go Home from Jaws, and it's a reference to the attraction that used to be there.
I didn't
cool.
realize
Yeah.
that. That is cool. That is cool.
I don't know. Yeah, I love the Harry Potter spaces. They're so well done.
They are.
Do you guys know that HBO is redoing the original series?
I heard that.
I never heard that.
I heard
Oh, really? Yeah. No, they've started like promos and stuff. Like it's really happening. They have like marketing out. They're doing it as a television series.
Wait, the original Harry Potter series?
Yeah, the original books.
Recast and
They're
everything, yeah.
Recasting them. And I'm like, I don't.
Why?
When you're talking about like I don't have any more questions. I'm like, why would you redo that? It was perfect the way it was.
Yes.
Like it's perfect. Don't do anything. Like stop.
Maybe it's like Spider-Man. If they don't use it, they'll lose it or something.
Right.
I don't know.
Well,
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, that's a good point.
I know Sony has to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You got to use it while you got it, but revamp
maybe
while you can.
that's
J.K. Rowling let this happen?
She must have because she owns it all.
She
Yeah.
likes
know.
that money.
Yeah, like hey,
Yeah.
No, J.K. Rowling's got so much money. I can't
No, she
imagine.
she
I'm
probably
not
owned the
kidding.
Ministry of Money.
I'm
What?
pretty sure that Adam Driver is Severus Snape.
Oh,
Oh, wait a minute. Now I'm curious.
Wait,
I
what?
like that.
that dude's white. I
Adam
like it.
Driver.
He is pale.
Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
Kylo Ren, yeah.
That is great casting.
It's like almost. It could be his son, like Severus' son. Almost.
Oh, he's gotcha.
You know,
dig
I
it.
could see this in the sense like Percy Jackson the series was better than Percy Jackson the movie. I didn't not mind the first Percy Jackson movie. I thought the first Percy Jackson was a decent enough movie. But I never read the books. I read all the Harry Potter books. I don't know.
Well, I mean, with the
This is-
TV show, they could get into more detail that the books address that they didn't address in the movies. I
You know,
that.
you're right. This might be
That's
interesting.
the plan. Yeah, is they're gonna do more detail.
Oh, this might be interesting.
Yeah,
And then
that
you
could be
have,
interesting.
and
yeah.
then you have a chance to revamp it later because the original cast is way too old.
Well, we get to see all of Ginny's lovers for sure. They mentioned in the books she has apparently she has a bunch of guys that after her or something. I don't know.
Well, I mean,
Wait, what do you mean Ginny had a lot of lovers? What are you talking
Well,
about?
apparently the books there's a lot of suitors and stuff.
Ooh-wee.
And there's a joke and they made some reference in the movie.
Yeah, she had boyfriends.
Yeah, it's like
yeah.
Wesley, was Wesley, not Wesley.
Weasley.
Ron says something about
Weasley.
who's the person this week or something like that. He makes
who's
some
the
kind of dig at
person
it.
this week?
Yeah,
Huh?
some kind of dig at it.
Ouch.
Oh, Jenny from the block.
Jenny from the block.
Yeah, but she was more tame in the movies. from
Got
what I
a lot of
remember, as
men and
opposed
put
to
it
the
out a
books. Yeah, yeah.
I hear you.
Cool. Yeah. Very, very interesting. Thank you for that recap about the Wizarding World, Ministry of Magic.
Yeah.
Time will tell. This is
What we
curious.
know to date, all subject to change.
All
Could
subject
change.
is, yes.
And you'll be right there on top of it.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll report it for sure. They haven't released anything on the official Universal Epic Universe website, but once they do, we'll get to get more clarity about it and see how they're doing it. So we'll see. Is it really as discombobulated as it sounds, or are they holding a lot of stuff close to their vest and not releasing it and just letting the fan universe go wild with it? Who knows? Maybe it's something monumental, but we're curious to know what you think about this. Make sure you get in touch with us because every opinion is welcome, and we're about to tell you how to do that in just a little bit. Well, y'all, we hope you enjoyed that discussion about the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic. Look, go to magicarwe.com. That is the blessed place to go. Blessed. It's the blessed place.
Oh,
In nombre del Padre,
Amen. You'll find all our social medias, past episodes, and more. Plus, if you want to get in touch with us, you can do so through the following ways. Shoot us an email at show@magicarway.com or call or text us at 1815-MOWEEKEN. There's 1815
Moweekend.
69426. We just made it.
Sorry, Kevin was being sacrilegious.
It's okay. In nomine Patria, amen. And of course, we have a couple people do things outside of the podcast. First of all, I got Eli does things with comics. Oh, man.
It's like the Benedictine monks.
I know. I was gonna say
It is Lent.
Yes.
Oh man, thank you for that traumatizing role. Reminded me of my high school
Jesuit.
days. Yes, I felt like I should get the little thing with the candles and stuff
It's
and
like
just swing that around.
listening to Enigma
all
over
day.
again.
Yeah. You want a robe? I got one for you. If you want, I can tell you how to order one from the Ivory Comics website. No, I don't sell robes.
And you get some bow battens at,
I get all that. Yeah. Well, I should have a new thing up there after listening to this called the Ministry of Merch.
He got the bow buttons, but then he took penicillin and he was fine.
It was good, though.
Oh, thank goodness.
Thank you for healthcare.
All right, Ivory Comics, what you got?
Yeah, what I got, though, with that is ivorycomics.com. All the work you can want, Project Geisha, Savages About to Be Damned. The work is fully colored. It's basically 40 pages. The only ad for them is for the Magic Our Way podcast. And that's more than what the big two can give you and way more than what a little independent guy can give you. So, Molly Be Damned, Project Geisha, Savages, blog posts, interviews, linked to the Magic Our Way podcast. So
What
you
a great
never
name.
miss a beat. It is a great name. That's how Synergy works. We just are so inclusive. So when you support Magic Our Way, you support Ivory Comics, and we give it back to each other. That's a beautiful thing. So
Amen.
Ivory Comics,
Amen.
That's right. Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
All the blessedness. On the social media, Facebook.com, Eli H. Ivory, looking to meet you if you're a real person. Cannot meet you, demon bots. You trying to come out there and be, oh, boy, I'm going to have Kevin come
power
over
of Christ
there.
compels you.
That's right. Put some miracle over the internets there, Kevin. Please.
The bots start spinning heads.
They start
and
spinning
stuff.
around
Yeah.
there. That's right.
Scary.
Puking binary numbers is terrible. It's totally terrible.
Zeros and ones?
Yeah, a lot of ones.
That's it?
They color green, though.
Yeah,
Yeah. Also on Facebook, you can check out the Project Geisha fan page. So facebook.com/says Project Geisha. Instagram, EIRV504 is where I post up the hearts and the likes and the agreements and disagreements. Although I will never post up no crazy tweets about that and all that stuff because there is no Twitter. There's only X. And on X, I can be found at Hancock 10166. So that's a lot.
And it's going to give it to you.
Gotta give it to you.
No, it's what? What? Okay.
Very polite. Yes. So,
Okay.
as always, you appreciate the madness. You just bringing me the gladness. Thank you very much.
And if you want to book a vacation to Florida or wherever the Wizarding World is open, you can do it with Rachel. Rachel, tell them how to do this.
Yeah, I would be honored to help your travel group, family, group of friends, whoever you're going with, book your trip to any of the destinations that I work with. I really specialize in theme park vacations and cruises, but I also book major hotel brands around the world. So please reach out. Booking with me is at no additional cost to you. It's the same exact price as if you booked it on your own, but a piece of that amount that you pay for your vacation comes back to support this podcast and this fan community. And so if you're a listener, it's a win-win. And so you can reach me at Rachel, Rachel, at magicourway.com. You can also call me. My number is 978-432-WISH. Just let me know that you're a listener to the podcast, and I'll make sure that that piece of your vacation comes back to this community. And you could also find me on social media. I'm at R Family Magic. That's the letter R and the words Family Magic on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And so whichever way works for you, you can call, text, email, message me, and I'm going to be excited to help your travel group make sure that you're fully prepared to get the most out of your vacation.
So if y'all want to access all the info we just mentioned, go to magicourway.com/about us. Also, if you want to elevate your support of the Magic Our Way podcast, go to patreon.com/magicourway. There you'll find 6 awesome tiers to support this show. Any way in which you can support the show is deeply appreciated. The easiest way to support the show is, and it only costs a minute or so of your time, is to leave a rating and review in Apple Podcasts and or wherever you access our show, whether it is YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever. And we want to thank you for being a loyal listener, and we always love hearing from our listeners. All opinions are always welcome on the Magic Our Way podcast, so make sure you get in touch with us today. So we say Kwaherini. My name is Kevin.
And I'm Danny.
Magic out.
And you are. Bye!